Okay, hello everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I am in. Let me make sure my do not disturb is on. Okay. Okay, I am going through this big, huge transformation in my life, and I have my volume up. I'm going to share this video out, and hopefully, it will touch some lives. Okay. So let me share it out. I'm coming back. Okay. Hello. You like the video, please? Hold on. I'm coming, everyone. Okay, in this video, what you see is what you get. Exactly. What you see is what you get. I would not be looking at the comments because when I look at the comments, it distracts me. And you can like the video, please. I am going to be doing some transitioning far as getting things prepared to throw away, sell, give away. Okay. Now I have this table over here. Over here. I don't know if y'all can see it. All this stuff over here is either getting sent, sold, or given. However you want to take it. I already have a church that can come and pick up some of the things. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the live. And this is a positive live. Let me say this real quick. I don't know who's been following me and how sincere people are, but I'm saying this because I'm serious about life. I just put my sister to rest yesterday. My oldest sister, she passed away March 21st at 3:13 a.m. in the morning. Okay? And by me speaking to her, because she was already gone, she was on the machine, I gave her the okay to go. That's how I look at it. That's what everybody said. And I spoke to my sister in her ear and told her it was okay to leave. So I'm saying all that to say I'm not in the best moods. I will block. I don't want to have nothing crazy posted in my comments. Love, good stuff, great vibes. If this is not for you, then I'm sorry. So what I'm doing is selling, getting rid of, packing, because also I have some good things in my life that doesn't happen. And one of them is, I'm not going to get into the details, but it's a relationship. I don't care. Of course, God, but no, it's a man. And at this point in time in my life, it came in perfect timing, okay? So I'm saying that to say, I've been obedient. I have not asked God for nothing. And I'm going to continue to be the way I am. And if don't nobody like what they hear on my lives, videos, or anything, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I got 8,000 something people that follows me. And I'm just trying to get my life in order and do things. You like the video? Yes, my oldest sister. I'm the oldest now. She's still the oldest, but I'm living one, okay? We're 10 months apart, Irish twins, okay? So, okay, nothing hurt me no more than that. And I mean that. She's in a better place. She's not suffering. But I don't need nobody to say, pray over it. I do pray. That's not the only thing you do in life. You can talk about things if you want to. And I'm not harboring over it because I might not bring it here, but I have my male friend. Well, he's more than that, but that's not, I don't choose to talk about that right now. And just say this, he came in right on time, okay? I'm still losing weight, and I'm not going to backtrack. I'm not backpedaling. And I'm going to move forward with my life. Like I said, this just happened. My sister, we laid her to rest yesterday. She lived in San Diego, California, and we brought her home to our home state that we was born at. That's not where I live at. To lay her to rest. And she wanted to come back home. And so, depending on if you got money or not, that could take a while, but she's back home and we laid her to rest yesterday. So that's all I want to say. That's why I've been MIA. For those that probably care, if they don't, I'm just speaking about it anyways. So I'm coming to this way of living and being now. It changed me 100%. I already had them been on my journey as far as losing weight and all the things, right? But this changed a lot. And it hurts a lot. So I will be fine. I got support. And that's something I always talk about in my videos and stuff. Having support, needing support. If you don't feel you need support, okay, you don't. But I do. So that's how we're going to grin and bear that. Okay. Again, I'm transitioning far as eliminating a lot of things in my home, okay? My back home back there, that I started getting rid of stuff. I'm pretty sure I showed it to y'all before how it looks. It don't look like that no more, but it's been kind of at a standstill because of everything that I've been going through. And so, as I stated before, I'm not crawling under no rock and being sad and depressed. If I shed a tear, I could do that. That's my sister. But I got support this time, and I'm so grateful and thankful. God brought a good man to me. And he did. And he did. So, I don't, right now I'm not going to discuss anymore, but I might tell a story about it one day. One day. And you know what? This stuff right here is going in the freaking garbage. I don't know why I keep having this stuff. Oh, Jesus. I'm putting this stuff in trash. So y'all just follow along with me, okay? If you choose. So again, I'm going to sit you right here. And look at that. If you want to. I'm kind of on a, being kind of hyper, and I think I know why. Because I'm trying not to think about the situation. I'm not avoiding it, but I'm not thinking about it either. Okay, so I want to separate these CDs. The heck? Okay. I have some CDs. I don't know where these came from, but these CDs, you can tap on the screen. This is I guess you could call it whatever you want video, okay? The topic is whatever you want to talk about or whatever you're feeling. I'm kind of venting and sorting and cleaning. And I shared a few things about what I've been going through far as the loss of my sister. And we just laid her to rest yesterday. And she passed away. Some people said, what took so long? First off, we brought her home. Second off, I did all the preparations. Hold on, that? Yes, I did. Only thing I didn't do was pay for it. So, but I'm glad and honored to say that I did so. Okay, so now I'm on the track of clearing things up for real because I kind of did this. I didn't go on no depressed state, but I did kind of let things get out of hand. I wouldn't say out of hand, but didn't want to do nothing. But I wasn't depressed. I was around people, sisters, friends, and my relationship I have now. So they say you lose and you gain, but I don't say nothing's going to replace that. But also, I'm grateful I had that person in my life to the utmost. Yeah. So I'm removing things out of my place. I had someone come back there the other day when she came and did my hair. She took this shelf that I had. I no longer wanted it. I used to put my jewelry supplies and stuff that I had for my customers. And right now, I'm not doing the jewelry thing, but I do sell it, but not like I used to. I sell it to somebody if they ask, but I'm doing something else. I have a lot of deals and work and brands that I am doing with other people that I partner with, sponsor, and promote. Okay, so that's what I'm doing now. And that's keeping me busy, and I love it because the business that I was doing once before, I was limited of things that I can sell with it, and I didn't like that. I'm a go getter. Okay. I'm a go get it, bring it, come back, throw it out, and come again. Okay. And so just a little corny humor. But yeah, so despite um the loss of my sister, my oldest sister, me and her 10 months apart, I think I'm doing pretty good. And I think, like I always say, support is key. Maybe not for you, but it is for me. Oh, I spit some bars, y'all. So I'm throwing away some old CDs. I don't know what, honey, boom. And that's what I'm doing. Getting rid of the old, and I'm ready for the new. Oh my goodness, I'm so ready for this new life that God has for me. And I'm happy. Ooh, am I being selfish? I lost my sister. The sadness is there. But I'm also so happy. Tears of joy, too, happy. So I got tears of sadness and tears of joy. What a combination, right? So if I'm crying, it could be that I'm having some good tears and some sad tears, but also it could be a mixture of tears because I'm happy that my sister's not suffering no more. But I'm sad she's not here. But she is here because I'm talking about her, so her spirit is living. Ooh, that's how I'm dealing with it. And I'm not sitting up here being fake either. This is the truth. So I think the whole month, the 21st of this month be a month, so it's the 19th now, but the whole month has been, I wouldn't even really say sadness, but the sadness was there. The first initial thing. Let me tell you something. This is a story, okay? My sister lived in San Diego, California. This is kind of a little backstory. And last year, I want to say October, maybe September, I found out that she was real sick. I didn't know I knew she had some illnesses now, but I didn't know the severity of what she had going on with her. Then I found out this week, it has been a while since she's had these illnesses. She just kept it from everybody. And how I found out, my niece told me. And she had them in the same state in which we all lived at one time. So then in 2009, 10, I think it was 9, she moved to San Diego, California. And that's where she resided until she expired. We brought her back home to her home state, which is Topeka, Kansas. I'm a Topeka, Kansas native. I don't live there, though. That's her hometown. She wanted to come back there, so we got her there. And she wanted to be close to our dad. She did not want to be buried in this state because this is not where she's from. So that was her wish, and her wish was granted. Thank you, Jesus. And I'm glad it was because she had insurance. Okay? So when I found out, I still didn't really know the all-in severity of it. As time went on, it was really noticeable. But from her diagnosis or whatever, this was some years back, they told her her life expectancy is maybe a year or less. And so she proved them wrong because she outlived it. However long, okay, she left here in 2009, and this is 2025. So in between that time span. The calls, the video chats, families, groups, all that. We kept in contact. I'm going to say September, October last year, 2024. So we got October, November, December, January, February, March. 6 months into me knowing seriously what all was wrong with my sister. People say, why didn't you know? Well, people have a way of keeping things too, and they don't want you to know, so they ain't got to tell you, and you don't have to know because it's their business, right? Right. So, and like I said, she lived in a different state. As time went on, my niece, which is her only daughter and her son, she had 2 kids. Daughter was the oldest. She became her mother's caregiver. Plus, that's the type of work she done anyways, certified nurse's assistant. She was end up in the hospitals, home care, blah, 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 hospice, da, 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 da. And you can start seeing her deteriorate. But every time I would see her or call her or hear her voice or hear anything, knowing that she still was alive, I was happy. But when I start seeing her in pain, I still was happy, but the sadness started to sink in because she started declining, of course. My niece lost her dad last year in November around Thanksgiving, the week. I think it was 22nd or something like that, Thanksgiving. And then her mom, 4 months later after that, her dad. So both her parents had deceased in less than a year's time. That's a hard freaking pill to swallow. She didn't even know her dad was sick. Didn't know it, okay? We're going to fast forward the day that my sister passed away. I think that day before or the week prior, I said day before or within that week, I meant to say, we had family meetings, via video. And when I saw my sister, I can't even cry now. And maybe because she's at peace. But when I saw my sister, I knew she was gone. But as everyone say, God has the final say. Okay, he do. But also, reality I knew she was gone. I worked with patients and people that are sick, and God has the final say. So I'm gonna leave that there. Prayers, prayers, prayers. I used to pray with my sister. It would be just me and her, and sometimes it'd be all my sisters and my niece. I would pray and read to her, and I started saying, "Find your peace, find your peace, sister. Relax, get calm in your mind." And I said this to her, and I remember one time I had a book. I had read it on here before. It has scripture, reflection, and prayers. And so I guess she was a little agitated, of course, because she had said to me, "I haven't been able to walk, da da da, in months and stuff." So I guess the sadness, reality, little depression, and all that came into play, which is normal, especially when you're very independent. She was a single mom and a backbone mother, um, was there 1,000, 1,000,000% for her daughter and her son and grandchildren because she was a foster mom, um, active in the community. She fed homeless people, amazing cook, you name it. My sister was that. Like the video, please. So on the day that it came to where we saw her, and then the next day we saw her, my niece had us, and she kind of like panicked and had anxiety. So here I am trying to soothe her and comfort her from afar. But hey, I told her to leave out her mom's room, go outside, get some fresh air, because she was kind of like hyperventilating a little bit. Relax, relax, relax. I was talking to her, and then she was outside, and then a family friend and this girl that my mom, I mean, not my mom, I said my mom, Lord have mercy. Well, she's with her mother, okay, my mom. Rest in peace to my older sister, my mom, my brother, and all the loved ones that we had lost along the way. Rest in paradise. His soul is at rest. So I told my sister to find her peace. The week before she passed, my niece told me, "Annie, guess what? Mama told me she found her peace." I kept telling my sister this. "Just find your peace, sister. It's gonna be okay." Just kind of comfort her, even though she might have been afraid or whatever. So the following week, as I was saying, we was on the phone, and I was on the phone with my niece, and I told her to go outside to get some fresh air, because poor baby. Your mom or dad or somebody you love, caregivers, and they pass away, that is more than a hard pill to swallow. I know. I work the nursing field, okay? So I try to leave some of the knowledge and comfort on a person because I've been there where people have passed away on me and I was the only one there. So, but it's still different with family members. I understand that. But people in general, if you have the compassion and the heart. So we're going to fast forward, like I said, the following week on the Friday, the 21st of March at 3:13, I asked my niece to take the phone and put it by my sister's ear. I don't want to see her body. I already hadn't seen it. I don't want to see her body. Just put the phone by her ear. Last thing that leaves a person before they pass on is the hearing. She put the phone on her mom's pillow. I said pillow. Pillow. Let me get my words together. Pillow. And I told my sister these words. I said, "Sister, I love you." I said about 5 times. I said, I always will love you. I will never forget about you. And we're going to always be twins. Because our birthdays, like I said, we're Irish twins. So I turned my age when my birthday come in 2 more months. She still be the same age till she turned a different year. And so I told her to find her peace. I said, find your peace, sister. It's okay. My niece said these words. Annie, mama's crying. She says she's crying, Annie. That I could never forget this. I would never forget this. And I say this because I'm not saying it to brag or boast. I'm saying it because it came from a very genuine place. It came from me being humble, and it came from me wanting to do it. And when I did it, it was a timing, okay? My mom, oh goodness. My sister started crying, okay? My niece went outside again, and there was two ladies up there. And when those two ladies was up there, they took some photos. I know this now because I was told this. They was taking photos. One took the photos, sent it to this one lady because I knew who she was. The other one I didn't. She sent the photos to her, and she sent the photos to me of my sister. This is before she passed away. Matter of fact, the same day, but prior. 2 hours prior, I want to say, maybe, or earlier that day, maybe. However, it was the same day. No, it was the day before because we're going to turn the clock over. Okay, so it was the day before. Like earlier that evening, and then she passed away the next day in the morning around 3:13. I hope I'm making sense. I know what I'm talking about. But anywho, she was outside. I got those photos. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really do. I got the photos. And notification over your phone. So I'm going like this. Okay, I seen that I got the photos, but I didn't see what the photos was about. So I was okay. After I got the phone, I looked at the photos, but I looked at it side eye because I didn't want to get no visual. I didn't want to see it this way. So I'm like scanning, and I kind of could see it on the side. So here I am deleting it because I didn't want to see them. Thought I deleted them. Went into my phone, the backup part of the storage before you completely take things out of your phone, and it says 30 days or whatever. They were still in there, and I kind of got a glance, but I deleted 4 of them, and I said I'm gonna keep one. And I turned around and saw the photo. When I saw this photo, it freaked me the hell out. Okay? Out. Never in a billion years I would share these photos with any of my sisters, my dad, or her daughter. They never saw them. My own niece didn't see these pictures. She's up there in the same state. They were sent to my phone. I'm talking about it because it really did something to me, and it still does. But that's why I always say, talk about it. Don't keep it in. And I'm already going to talk to my doctor, and I'm going to show her these photos if she cared to watch them or look at them, because I want to know something. My sister showed the hell did not look like herself. So I leave that there because I ain't trying to get emotional. And if I do, oh well. But I'm telling this story because it's the truth. So I got the photos. I kept one. And so I told my sister, I said, I got some photos. I got two sisters left. I'm the oldest one now. Three. My mom had four girls, and my brother. Somebody took his life in 2011. My mom passed away 2014, 10 days before my birthday. We laid her to rest the day after, and then her brother passed away the same day. We laid my mom to rest. It's just a hot mess. But anywho, so I got those photos. I already made my appointment. I got an appointment next month. Okay, because it really did something to me seeing these photos. When my sister passed away, the two hours after I spoke to her in her ear and told her I loved her, told her find her peace, it's almost like I gave her the okay to leave me. I'm gonna say me, okay? Because me and my sister was close. 10 months apart, like I said, Irish twins. And so she lived to be 60, okay? Her birthday is March the 8th. And this might sound kind of sad to say, it hits different. I lost my mom, and that whole month of January used to be horrible for me. Horrible. And then my brother, life was taken. He didn't even see it coming, okay? So it was like he was into it with somebody. It was like, hey, you walk out the door and you gone. Poof, you gone. And so I went to a dark space with my mom. So here we go, fast forward. This is my older sibling. And she used to always say I was her older sister. She didn't have one, so hey. And I'm the mom of the family. I was always the one. She's my older sister, but I'm the mom of her and two of my sisters now. I have to be. And I've been very, very emotional attached because this did something to me and I've been overprotective. And if somebody do something to my sisters, it's like it really, really bothers me. So my sister passed away the 21st of March at 3:13 a.m. And I got a phone call from a grade school, middle school, and high school friend. And she said, on the 21st, it was on Friday. She said, I'm sorry for your loss. Now, mind you, I woke up, I was asleep, and she said this, right? So I'm like, I'm sorry for your loss. I said, what loss? She said, your sister. She knew us because we was like this. We raised around each other. Hell, she lived in the back of me when we was growing up as kids. There was just alley separating. We can look at each other's house, walk to school together. Grade school, middle school, and high school. I said, my loss? She said, yeah. Your sister put it on Facebook saying that your sister passed away. I said, no, she fine. I just talked to her. It's so serious. So I got up and I saw it. I lost it. But now I'm talking about it. She's not in pain. She will always live on with me. My sister, she suffered. And I'm not going to cry. It was some neglect too. When I saw those photos, and I'm not trying to cuss, which I'm not going to cuss, but I will say this. It wasn't my sister. And my baby sister asked me, she lost her husband last year in March. So I've been really, 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 really supporting her. And I told her those photos because it freaked me out and I had to talk about it. She said, "What photos?" So I already explained it. And she said, "Let me see it." And this is what I told her. Hell no. I wouldn't dare show you these photos. Her own daughter haven't seen these photos. My dad, I told him I wouldn't show him these photos. But these photos are horrifying. And I'm glad I'm talking about it. And I said, that was my sister. I ended up finding out my sister had an enlarged heart. And that's just this week I found out this. Congested heart failure, her kidneys are shutting down. And when she went to the hospital before she even really took that real bad turn, because she was having like I guess problems breathing or something. They stuck my sister in a corner, like in a room. I'm saying a corner, but by herself, and put a purple bracelet on her wrist. Me and my niece talking, and I'm sitting up here consoling her and telling her I'm so proud of her. You're not gonna be alone. I'm here. Da 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 da. Distance, but I'm here. Call me anytime, or I call you. So you're not gonna be left and forgotten about like some people do when they lose loved ones. So we was talking. And I said, you know what? I said, you going through so much. I said, you ain't even get to grieve the loss of your dad and your mom. And it's like 4 months apart. She lost her dad in November of last year around Thanksgiving, and then her mom, right? She said, Amy, it's the hospital. She said, I'll call you back. She called me back and she was terrified, screaming, crying. And I just said, I don't see her cry. She's not that type of person that really, I'm not going to say she don't show emotion, but she's not an easy person to cry. Me, on the other hand, hell, I used to be, and I'm getting strong because, hell, all this stuff I'm saying, I think I kind of, the tears are there and I want to, but I'm not trying to cry and I don't want to cry. But if I do, oh well. Um, she said, guess what? I said, what? Mama said this about the purple bracelet. The purple bracelet, they put that on her arm because they said if she was to stop breathing, they wasn't going to resuscitate her. Okay? I said, excuse me? Are you serious? Who the hell said that they're not going to resuscitate anyone? People could be brought back to life and resuscitated. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they did. So she ended up bringing her home to her house. Thank you so much. She ended up going home to her house and taking her mom to her house. She probably stayed there maybe a month, but she wanted to go home. She went home, back home, and they ended up taking her the last time to the hospital. They said she was barely breathing. So that's when they put her on the ventilator. And the rest is history. They had put DNR, do not resuscitate, on my sister. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, me seeing her with that machine and all that stuff, and hearing my niece crying, and I wish I could have been there. But when I asked my niece to take the phone and put it by my sister's head, and I don't want to see her body again because I seen it once. I didn't want it to be a visual thing. I'm already a visual person, so those freaking photos freaked me the hell out. I mean, like, when I tell you who does that, I was blindsided, with the photos. I didn't have no intentions on knowing what the photos was going to be, and just to get some photos and to see them without warning. That's why I say talk about things, share things. This is something I never experienced. This is worse than my mom's passing. She's not in pain no more. But my sister suffered all her life, all of her life. I know this, and so did I. I'm going to talk to someone. I have to, because I'm not going to go down that dark road. Grieve in the morning is normal. But to get so sad and in a dark place, people can die from broken hearts. My heart is broken. My heart is broken more so. Uh, I think I'm more heartbroken because of her condition that she left here in. That might sound stupid. And I told my cousin yesterday, because like I said, we had her going away, how she looked, describing in a sense, not the excruciating part, but somewhat of it. And then I prepared all of the arrangements for my sisters going away. I'm even on now. I'm gonna say this, but I typically wouldn't have on her death certificate. I felt that out. That right there. Ooh, no. And then each time I call the place, some of the things they were saying, they weren't saying it to be like harsh. They just had to share certain things. That add layers. I did all the arrangements. I passed on the messages. I didn't procrastinate. I did it the next day. Let's get this ball game rolling. Da 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 da. Woo. Then you got to wait on the insurance part of it and stuff like that. But anywho, that was like really taken care of. Like, it didn't take a couple of days for them to, I guess, approve and do what they do. The insurance people, life insurance policies. And so then she had to get transferred here, and they had to detour and go back this way. They was bringing her through Detroit. They had to go all the way back to Detroit to go to Atlanta, Georgia. Anywho, she got home. That's where she wanted to be. She wanted to be in our home state, close to our dad. Our dad's living, but she wanted to be close to him. And matter of fact, when my sister's final resting place is on the same. Okay, my dad's side street is close by a highway exit or entrance, and the street that she's on, only thing it probably take them a minute, maybe two, because there ain't no lights or nothing. And so, real close by my dad's house, really, literally, you can walk there if you want, ride a bike or however. It's not far. So she came home. We brought her home. She's there where she wanted. Her dreams came true. That's where her wishes, her final wishes was, and she's there. My mom had four girls. We always say, right now I don't feel right for real because we all we had, you know, and she will always be in my heart. And I have this special connection because how her life was. Mine's too. But as they say, she's no longer in pain. She was saved. She repented, but she was saved. That's all that matters. She was saved. And my son, my oldest son, he's my only son, and I have 3 daughters. He was there for his aunties and my daddy and his mommy. And when I say that, I don't know what I would have done if he wasn't there. I have this tall son. He looks so much like his dad. My kid's father passed away in 2017 on Father's Day. And my son he has a beautiful, caring, and loving spirit. And he made sure each one of his aunties, his grandfather, and me, and cousin, and other, but I'm talking about the main ones, that we was okay. And the reason why, at first I wasn't going to go, I'm just going to tell it like it is, and because I had a meltdown the day before. And I just said this. I said, I already said my goodbyes. I don't want to go, and I want to remember my sister where she is and everything. Plus, the casket was closed. So I said, what's the point? My son had wrote me and said something so sweet, and then my baby girl too, because they're close to their auntie, and my baby girl said, Mom, you need to go. You need to be there for Grandpa. And then I had a change of heart. I said, don't be selfish. It's not about you. I did all this for my niece, my dad, and my sister. And I would do it again if I had to, because that's what God made me to be, like, so I have a loving heart. My dad is 81 years old, his firstborn, and he's heartbroken too. So I pushed my feelings aside, and I had to do this for him. I had to do it for my niece. No one else could do it. So that's why I've been MIA, I guess. I haven't been doing nothing as far as videos or anything like that. But I've been keeping myself busy, and this is not to make up for anything. When I said tears of joy and sadness, I found love too. So my life has been, these last couple of months, it's almost like confusing because And I know my sister would be happy for me. And I'm happy for myself because I allow myself to be in love and find somebody to care about me. Because it had been so long. I mean, when I say, ooh, there's a lot y'all don't know. 10 years. And that person was right there with me the whole time. Not there in person, on the phone, on the video, on the calls, on the messages to see if I was okay. And that can't replace the loss of my sister. But honestly, when I say this, I mean it. God rewarded me with something good too. He rewarded me with something good. So I'm all in for it. And I'm happy. He makes me happy. He makes me happy. He's like the most in a long time romantic. I mean, when I say romantic, like almost like things you, crazy. This might sound crazy, but it's not so crazy because it's true. Things you really want to hear, you don't have to ask for it. Things you really want to hear from a man or a woman. And it took me a long time. I used to tell my sister every day, I said, is this real? She knew him before me. He has his own business. He's not no needy person. He's not nobody that I feel like will be a leech or anything like that. In my heart, no. He had something for himself already before he met me. So I'm like, and I know this for a fact. I seen it. Yeah, proof. Not no made up proof. He have his own business. He's CEO of it. University, college, degrees, all that. I didn't ask to see these things. When you have somebody that's voluntary show you, I'm like, okay, where's this going? So I put a smile on my face for that. I'm happy. Mixed feelings, but I'm happy. Uh-huh. Not mixed feelings with him, but sadness. Then over here happy. I say, oh goodness, why I have to be both sides? But I guess I am happy on that side too because I was able to do it. Down to the maybe last 2 days, I was like, oh my goodness, I don't want to do this again or talk about that. But I did. So the moral to this story is anything that we go through in life, don't suffer in silence, do not suffer alone, talk about it. You have to. It makes it easier and better for you. Do not keep it in. And my youngest sister, my mom, before she passed away, she said, I want you to take care of your sister. I just told my sister this about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, she didn't know it. And she said these words. She said, I know what I was telling her was to be true. And I said, you know what? I did it when you was young. I raised my siblings. That's a long story in itself. I took care of my sister and brother. I even took care of my older sister. I took care of my mom. She was sick. I took care of her. I have a lot of strength. I don't want to be weak, but sometimes I say, dang, why I can't be? I'm human. But this person I have in my life, he allows me to be. Oh, goodness. So I started off, well, I separated the CDs. I got a box full of this is going in the garbage. And I started off showing what I'm doing. So what I'm doing in my house, I'm gonna end this live by saying this concluded. Out with the old, in with the new. No, ain't no man moving up in this place. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about declutter, getting rid of stuff, especially if I haven't used it, don't need it. I can donate. I have a church that came by my door, look at God, and said anything that I'm trying to get rid of, they can come pick it up. I said, oh my goodness, because I don't want to throw away nothing. I give it away. Some of the stuff I'm going to sell, give it away, donate it. The girl did my hair the other day. Of course, I paid her, but I gave her some things, and it came in time because she told me, she said, "Girl, da 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 da, good." She needed it for her daughter's room, but anyhow, so yeah, I said, "Be patient." I didn't ask God to bless me with no man either. I wasn't asking God for nothing. And he said, "Oh, God bless me with a good man. Oh, God bless me." No, I talked to him. I prayed. He knew what I needed. And I am grateful, thankful, and blessed to have him. And I do mean that. The other part of it is going to be a part two, but without further ado, I'll wait till that day comes and show it. So that's amazing news. So don't think you're too old to find love because you're not too old to find love. That's a story in itself at my age. No, I don't have a brother. I have no, my brother is not living. I have my son, who I was mentioning earlier, that supported me, my sisters, and my dad. This other guy that I'm talking about is a relationship, and he's very, very, yeah. Is I'm gonna stop saying it, but for a while, I gotta eat too. So, in the meantime, this is why I'm ending it on a positive note. As I said, we're not too old to find love. I found it. No, it found me. It found me. Really. I didn't look for it. It was, and like I said, later on, whatever takes place, I will share that good news too. I'm happy. Happy. So, on that note, everyone, more to the story. Don't suffer in silence. Don't suffer in silence. That's the worstest thing we can do.